Teresa Freed with Johnson County Government. It's our goal to stop the spread of COVID-19 in our community. We also want to make sure you have the latest information on our efforts. For data on how COVID-19 is impacting the county, visit our dashboard on jocogov.org.
We continue to address this pandemic, continue to make adjustments as we learn new things, as science and knowledge about the virus and its behavior becomes clearer and we learn more. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, as well as KDHE, made adjustments to a procedure for quarantine. And so, to be clear, when you are exposed or potentially exposed, when you are in contact with somebody who has tested positive to COVID-19, you are considered a contact. If you are in contact with that person for a period of 10 minutes or longer, you are considered a contact. And so if you are exposed and you show symptoms, it is important for you to get tested immediately. But we do know that there are people that will not show symptoms. And part of our tool for dealing with the virus is to ask the cases to be in isolation and the contacts to be in quarantine. Up until now, we ask people in quarantine to be in quarantine for 14 days. And during those periods, mostly we ask them to be home, wear masks, and stay away so they're not unknowingly infecting other people. That's a way of kind of like forming a cycle around infections and protecting the rest of the community. So the announcement today did make some changes to that procedure. Number one, we will be changing what we have been saying before, that you cannot test your way out of quarantine. Based on this procedure, it is possible for someone who is a contact of a case to get tested after day 5 of exposure and be out of quarantine after day 7. That does require you to test negative. And so if you test negative, sample again can be collected from day 5, day 6. But on day 7, if you test negative, you can be out of quarantine. That's a little bit different, again, in two ways to what we were doing before. In the past, you had to wait for 14 days, and you could not test your way out of quarantine. Again, that's knowledge that we're gaining from science. That's what prompted the CDC to make those changes. Secondly, the overall consideration of waiting for 14 days, even if you don't get tested and you are not out of quarantine on day 7, you will be out of quarantine on day 10. That does not require you to get tested. Again, science does prove that the risk and the percentage of people that are testing positive after day 10 drops significantly. And that's why we say that as we learn more about the virus, the behavior of the virus, we will make adjustment to our recommendations to you. And if you have questions, any questions about this, reach out to the Johnson County Department of Health. We'll continue to work with you, your business, we'll continue to work with our schools, our teachers, our school districts to ensure that we make adjustments to how this will work. And again, if we expect this change to occur immediately, we would start working with all these institutions to walk through some of the dynamics. Some people ask, I was placed on quarantine 5 days ago. Do I still need to complete the 14 days? Again, I will say that you consult with us, but this will go into effect immediately. If you have been in quarantine for 5 days, you can get tested and be out on day 7, or you can wait the 10 days out without the need to get tested. That will be consistent with the new. You can get tested at our health services building in Olathe. If you can go to jocogov.org/coronavirus and book the spots to to be tested. We do know that there's been increased demand for testing. We're working with the state, KDHE, to increase availability of testing. We expect more opportunities, more slots to open up in the next 1 to 2 weeks that will allow even more people to get tested. And as those information become available, we'll be sharing those with you.
For more information about COVID-19 in Johnson County, visit jocogov.org/coronavirus. You can also subscribe to a daily e-newsletter with the latest data and precautions being taken in the county and state.